Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Luistro Combat Academy, the ghettoest gym with the ghettoest coach, with the ghettoest setup. Mate, first off, thank you for having me. This is a beautiful place.
Thank you very much for having us on the show, man. Thank you. It is a beautiful place. I mean, you can see we can rival any facility. When it comes to world-class training facilities, you just look at the mats, the roof, the shit-stained toilet. It's pretty much got everything you need in a ghetto gym.
Are you like the proof of course, being a head coach of Cody Haddon and Quillan Salkilld, who just recently picked up their UFC contracts, that you don't need fancy things?
Actually, I had this conversation on the plane with Bev, who's one of our coaches here as well. It's like, we have 3 bags. We just got the new bag in. We've actually only had 2 punch bags in the gym. And then you go to any other gym and it's like a row of bags, beautiful facility. Look at our shelving, it's falling apart. Our mats are falling apart, but it's about the work and the people in here. So that's, for me, is just the proof in the pudding, you know? Like, yeah, thankfully we've got Quill and Cody who've led the charge for us, but they've just gone to show that it's not about the facility, it's about your training partners and the people you surround yourself with.
And in all seriousness, mate, you've obviously been doing this for a very long time. I actually think you were the first person to ever wrist lock me about 15 years ago. It was dirty, but you did it. So you've been around this game for a long time. You obviously came up being under the tutelage of the great Brian Ebersol, and you've gone out on your own, built your own team. You now have 2 UFC fighters. Is that sort of hit home yet?
Well, you know what? I was telling guys I want to get guys in the UFC, but that was more to sell memberships. And these guys actually believed me. They were like, oh, yeah. And they've just frothed on every word. And for some reason, they actually believed and it happened. So now it's like, oh, shit, what I say actually carries weight. So, yeah, now we're actually going to have to train properly.
Do you think it's your great mind and your great knowledge, or do you think, you just got lucky and 2 great stars came in?
Yeah, it's pure luck. It's pure luck, man. Like, we train hard, but I'm grateful because I've had good coaches that have coached me along the way. I started off at some very good teams, Carlson Gracie London, where I started, and then when I moved to Perth, I met Brian. So I just got to learn a lot of skills and see how people are supposed to train. And then thankfully, I had obviously the Jones brothers were my original guys, and then obviously women came in. That's why I said, hey, Quill, I'm not allowed to have a missus because I do not want to lose any more fighters to women. Yeah, where we go with this again? Yeah, basically I am thankful and I'm lucky because, I had Quillan and Cody come and they've just given me their complete dedication. So I got to work with them and they just put the work in. So it's a bit of both, I'm lucky that they've come along and it's all luck really, because without Jazz as well, we wouldn't have had these opportunities because we can just plug away, but without good management that's, constantly in talks with the UFC, then possibly we might just still be doing regional stuff. But thankfully we've got a good team surrounding us.
Is it a weird situation too that kind of, and I mean this with all due respect, this was a no-name gym with a no-name manager. At what point did you kind of think, man, I got these 2 guys who I really do believe they could make it to the next level? Was there any point where you doubted maybe yourself or their management, Jazz, that you guys could get them to that next level?
If I doubted anyone, it would be me. I wouldn't doubt Cody or Quill, and I wouldn't doubt Jazz. I only doubted my own coaching ability just because, I was never in the UFC. My coach was in the UFC, I wasn't in the UFC. So I'm thinking, I want to get guys to the UFC. How am I going to do it? But thankfully, I do have like an idea of how to coach. So if there was any doubt, it would be with doubting myself as a coach. But I just knew that these guys believed in me so much, and I figured I must be doing something right because these guys are winning. So the pivotal moments for me with their careers to know that I was doing the right thing was like the Hex title that Cody won. And then the same with with Quill winning the Eternal title. Those 2 fights for me it was make or break. If they can't even win the regional title, then what am I doing as a coach? Once they won those titles, that's what I felt like, all right, we belong here. And then the more we just kept gaining momentum, the more I started to see, right, we're going to go somewhere. And yeah, I've never doubted what they were going to do and the effort they put in. If I was going to doubt anyone, it would have been my own self.
And what was your first thoughts when, of course, a Quillan Salkilld walks into the gym and a Cody Haddon walks into the gym? What were your first thoughts, and kind of take us back to when you met these guys?
When I first met Quill, I just knew from his work ethic, this guy's going to go places. So I had Steve Wong, who's one of Quill's main training partners. When he's been with me for a while, and Quill was coming up, so he was still like very fresh. And I told Wongy, I was like, that kid's going to be something. And Wongy said, he's a wet noodle. So that's our ongoing joke. We always say Quill's a wet noodle. But at the start, it was like that. But I could see how much he wanted to train and how much he just had no ego. He was a blank slate, and he would just come in and do the work. And he never complained, never got frustrated. He just, every day, just consistent. So I knew with his work ethic, this guy's going to go far. And then he was learning very quick. One thing Quill does very well, it's his ability to retain information. You show him something, he gets it, and then he can implement it in his game straight away. That's his talent. And then obviously Cody I knew about. I used to wrap his hands back in the day, even as an amateur fighter. I was the one wrapping his hands. So I'd always seen him fight, and I always thought, man, that guy's good. And then I went to train with him a few times, and I really found out, yep, he's legit. And then when he actually came to start training with us, I was very happy because I get to claim that I trained him, but I didn't really. But I'll ride his coattails to the very end. But no, in all seriousness, Cody was already good before he came here. He just needed some polish on a few things. His jiu-jitsu was already good, his boxing was good, but he just needed a bit more wrestling, and then that's where I've come in, and then just more changing his game more towards MMA, because it's a very different game, as you know, from jiu-jitsu grappling to MMA grappling. People say it's the same, it's not the same. You have to do different things, give up different positions, but Cody's very quick at learning as well, and in no time he's just risen. And
when it comes to Cody and Quillan, when were the two moments that you said, man, these two guys are going to be special? Was it a training session? Was it a fight? Was it a particular space in time when you went, these two are going to be special?
I think I just knew from when Quill walked in, I just knew the work ethic, and I've seen that kind of work ethic and dedication. That's why I say keep the women away, because that can ruin that. But with the work ethic and dedication, anything is possible for anyone. And then obviously him having natural talents and abilities that were just, I just knew this kid's going to be good. And it was the same with Cody. As soon as he came in as well, I already knew this guy was a national boxing champion, multiple-time national boxing champion, multiple-time Pan-Pacific Jiu-Jitsu champion. I just knew I've got like these great athletes to work with. And I thought if I can put my knowledge in them, they can do everything that I did, but even better than what I did, you know? So I just knew from straight away, from the get-go, when they walked in and they started training, I knew these guys are going to go places. And that's what we've always believed. We believed from the start. We've got old training videos, and I just knew, like, as scrappy as it looked at the start, I could see their work ethic and their continual improvement. And I knew from that point on, these guys are going places.
Now, you've kept the women away from Quillan, but not from Cody as a partner. Are you upset about that?
Well, yeah, because when Cody came here, he already had a missus, so that's already part of the deal. So he's already come on board with the missus. Had he been single when he moved here, I would have said stay single. So he can keep his missus, that's cool, and I'm happy for them. But in terms of Quill, I'm just going to protect that kid from any woman, all right? So you stay away from my fighter, all right?
The girl that wants him is in your gym.
Oh, yeah. That is a very fair point. But, she'll just have to wait. She has to wait till, I said he can have a missus after he's got the UFC gold. And then we're going to venture out maybe into the middle of Asia somewhere and find a woman that has no idea who he is. And then that's how I'm going to find a partner for him.
Well, it's going to get increasingly harder with Quillan Salkilld. Mate, before I let you go, because I'm going to chat to both the boys, I'm sure they're going to sing your praises. In 5, 10, 15 years, I mean, where do we see both Cody Haddon and Quillan Salkilld?
God willing, I'm thinking within 5 years, both of them should have some gold around their waist. That is no bullshit. You heard it from me here. I believe in their work ethic and their drive, and the thing is, it's consistency, and they're always consistent. People think that you need to be at this big gym or do this and do that, and we've proven you don't need none of that stuff. It's just about the work that you put in, and I wholeheartedly believe with their skill sets that they've got, that they can achieve anything, and their mindset. The one thing about both of those boys is their mindset. I've always said there's good guys and there's exceptional, and these guys are exceptional, and it's their mindset. There is no thought in their head ever that they're going to lose. It's always win, 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 no matter what.
Well, mate, you are an incredible coach. You've put a lot of time into those boys, and you really have earned this, deserved this. And I know that you've given up your own time, your own finances to help not just them, but a lot of the amateurs coming up. So you deserve all the credit in the world, and congratulations, you're now a UFC coach.
Oh, thank you very much, man. I'm very proud. So, that's about all I can say is I'm just very proud of what we've all achieved here. And I'm thankful to all the training partners, because everyone in this gym contributes in some way or other. Everyone here just helps each other grow, and I'm just very grateful. That's where I sit at the moment. I sit on a position of being grateful to everyone that's believed in us, everyone that's stuck with us and been loyal to the gym, been loyal to us, and just never doubted us. And they believed my bullshit from the start that we're going to go places, and hopefully, God willing, we're getting there.
And finally, have you raised gym fees?
I have raised the gym fees. That is 100%. The gym fees have gone up. As soon as we got in the car and Quill had his victory, I'm like, all right, well, gym fees are going up. I messaged the guys that run my paperwork for me, and I'm like, hey, website, put the fees up. Everything is going up now, because the gym is small, as you can see. And I can't, it's just going to get it's been getting busier. I'm getting inquiries. Fees are up for the people that are jumping on now. You want to be on the bandwagon, you got to pay to be on the bandwagon.
Awesome, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.